Hello everyone, welcome to Beyond Astro K. Thank you very much for listening to this video and I hope you enjoy the message that it brings you. Hello everyone, this is Nikki K and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing the Jupiter in Pisces reading, not just for everyone, but also for all signs as well. I'll be pulling out a affirmation card that you can work with, not just for this year, but also when Jupiter's transits Pisces more next year. So before I talk about what these cards mean and also what the planets are saying during this transit, just like to say thank you very much, guys, for following me, liking my posts, not liking my posts, but also, thank you very much for my new subscribers. I also, don't forget to check out my podcast, which is on Spotify, Google, and Apple. Also check out, my sister Empath Butterflies Tarot, who does readings, love and general for all the signs, and also Nata for days, who also does interviews with people who are changing their life during this pandemic, and how they are changing, not only changing their lives, but how they're navigating into a new world. So check those out as well. So we have Jupiter now in Pisces. So what does this mean for us? I'll just tell you a little bit about what this means. And also the planetary, transits and the aspects. So, Jupiter is in its home sign of Pisces, okay? And it's going to be more of a time that I feel that, with Jupiter being its home sign from May the 13th till July the 28th, then it's going to go back again into Aquarius. Then it's going to be in Pisces from December the 28th. So, Jupiter is a planet of prosperity, optimism, expansion. It will bring like a liveliness, especially when it goes into its home sign in Pisces. Before, it actually, Pisces was ruled by Jupiter, then Neptune was discovered. So, a lot of astrologers say Pisces is more Neptune, but I'll say both, definitely. So it does expand things when it's in Pisces, to do with our thoughts, our feelings. We can reach things more easily now, and the pace will actually feel a little bit more slower, but because it's water. It's also the last time Jupiter was in Pisces was January 2010 till June. Then it went into Aries. Then it re-entered Pisces in September 2010 till January 2011. So obviously, guys, look back on what happened there. Look back on what changed, what came into your life, what left your life, what expanded your life. To look back at that. And the last time it was in 1998 to 1999. So if you're, if you was like a young adult or a teenager, you can sort of remember what happened there. And even before that, I believe it was 1986 to 1987. So, you can, look back on what happened there, because similar themes could actually come up as well. Obviously, the planets are very different now. With Jupiter, Pisces is a mutable sign, so it's going to be, it's very changeable. So in terms of, there's going to be lots of like things of healing, love, creativity, spirituality. These are the themes that will be happening. It will be more charitable, and also hope. We're going to be hoping for the best, and also being caring, caring to our friends, even ourselves, listening, having a shoulder to cry on, being helpful. Jupiter also rules the law and courts. So some of us could actually get a lot of luck and a lot of blessings if we're like waiting for a court case to come through. It didn't seem like it was in your corner, but now it is. Also, this is not a materialistic time. It's not like when it was in Capricorn. This is more giving. Okay, so this is going to be a time that not only are we going to be giving and healing, it's going to be showing like kindness, showing more empathy, And even, you know, fame, and we're not going to, a lot of us will not be chasing fame and fortune, although fame and fortune can actually come, okay, which is also, you know, it's if you were, especially if you were working very hard since when Jupiter was in Capricorn, and you know you had nothing actually happened, it can actually happen now, but it depends where your Jupiter is too. So one of the best things that we could do for this Jupiter being, especially under this influence, is, you know, spiritually grounding ourselves. So that is for us to be, and it also will be the best for us. So that's like starting like a spiritual practice, meditation, yoga. Also, this is also to do with like tarot, astrology, you know, I'm reading spiritual books. You know, tarot and astrology is more to do with understanding yourself on a deeper level. But meditation, yoga, you know, Pilates, even eccentrics, which is a stretching program, this can help you relieve stress. It can also help, you know, lower stress, lower your cortisol levels, make you a bit more grounded as well. And, you know, the obviously, like, there's a good and bad. You can call it negative, but you know there's a negative. It can happen is that, you know, we can really overexert ourselves. You know, especially our kindness. People can take the piss with our kindness. We could be used. Also, you know, overindulgence, because Jupiter's about, you know, excess. So we can overindulge, you know, with, you know, drink, drugs, and especially if we do not want to face reality. So that's like the downside that can happen, but it also does depend on where it is in your chart. So I'll talk about these planetary aspects, okay? So the planetary, when I looked at like the planetary transits and the aspects to this, the sun, which is now in Taurus, and it's in the 4th house. So, and we also have Uranus in Taurus as well during this transit. So what this means is that, you know, with, because this is for Jupiter and Pisces, so a lot of us are going to be feeling these themes, okay? So there's going to be a lot of pride in like our home and in our personal space. And also we also want to be around the familiar. Also with this, you know, with this, it's also about, we may not want, even though there's going to be an element of trying new things, we may sort of stick to what we know, because remember this is in the 4th house. But, you know, emotionally we can be a bit more grounded. There can be things that are very upside down, not really upside down, but things can definitely change emotionally, and this could be to do with the home as well. But you know, it's be emotionally and more sensitive, grounded. The moon for this Jupiter in Pisces is in Gemini, so it's about us wanting to be useful in everything. And also, you know, we're going to be very and also the moon in Gemini is in the 6th house. So even how we're navigating our way in terms of what our goals are, we're going to be very useful, very productive, organized, and working a lot on different things and themes. You know, we can be starting things and finding it quite hard to finish them. And also we have to be very mindful of when we do that as well. And also, because the 6th house does rule pain in the body, because it's about health, we can actually be more sensitive to what's actually happening. But when I talk about the signs, you know, especially if this is transit in your 6th house, you will understand more. But you know, we'll be more sensitive to pain. We'll be more mindful of what's actually going on in our body. This will be very highlighted now. And it also conjuncts Mercury in Gemini, which is in the 6th house. So, you know, how we speak and communicate is going to be it's going to be quite probably out there, but it's going to be more friendly. And we could also be making new friends. You know, with Mercury being the 6th house, this is about gossip. So there could be a lot of gossiping that's going on at work. This could be about yourself. You could be the subject of gossip, or even your boss, or even like, you know, you're just gossiping around your, you know, work because sixth house rules the work as well. But also this is about us being more adaptable and seeing how, you know, we can fix things, but also without us trying to be bored. So we could be doing a lot more things as well. We have Venus in Gemini, which is in the fifth house. So we're going to be really wanting to succeed when it comes to like our pleasures. And you know, Pisces also rules creativity, and with Gemini being in the fifth house for this, you know, transit, this is about us succeeding. We can also make new friends now, new contacts. We can be quite cautious. There's a sense of cautiousness in this as well. But also we're going to be very playful, because you know the fifth house for this is Gemini, but Taurus is in the fifth house as well. We also have the North Node in the fifth house too. So this is about our karma. Okay, so you know, we're going to have to definitely believe in our creative abilities during this short transit, and you know, really come out of our comfort zone and try to do things a little bit differently, and know that, you know, whatever you're going to be creating, or you know, even if you're single and you're dating, know that the person that comes into your life was supposed to come. Okay, but also, you know, you might even try and switch up something to do with, you know, how you look, and you know, whether it's a workout regime or your creativity. And you know, even if it doesn't feel right, it's meant to be. It's like your karmatic destiny as well. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of art and music, and because we're going to be changing how we, you know, I feel there's going to be a lot of change in how we express ourselves as well. We could be expressing ourselves multiple ways during this time, especially with the North Node being there as well. A lot of expression, but know that that just because the North Node's in there, know that's how you're supposed to express yourself, even if it does feel quite uncomfortable. We have Mars in Cancer, which is still going to be there until June, and it's in the seventh house. And you know, in the seventh house of this is Gemini. So in love, we can be quite dominating, over domineering in relationships. This also could be business and personal. This could lead to like passion, but also could lead to like really big arguments and power struggles. And you know, but on the other hand, because of Cancer, it is, you know, we could also be, they can also, people could actually come to us, because you know, we can actually help them with any drama that's in their life. We could be giving advice, being the counselor. You know, we could really be find ourselves really good at debating as well, because the seventh house is also to do with like open enemies. So if anyone is coming into our space, we could actually see what is actually going on, but we could also, you know, reason with people as well. Jupiter is in Pisces, as we all know, and it's in the second house. So in the second house, it's got Aquarius there. So this is going to be a very easy time to be making money. You know, we're going to be more charitable, also spiritual. We can find ourselves doing lots more spiritual, having more spiritual gifts as well, doing more spirituality, being very generous. You know, money can come very easily. And because we also have the Neptune in Pisces in there as well, we're not going to be feeling very overly, you know, materialistic. But you know, if you do come into a lot of money and you're not really good with it, you know, it's good to seek advice from like, you know, a bank manager. You know, especially if taxes come up, you know, you just spend all your money because you're feeling very generous. You're giving, could be giving lots of money to charity, friends and family. Then when it's time to like pay bills, for instance, there's no money there. So it's good to like sort of set boundaries in where, when it comes to money, like savings as well. So it's good to have someone that is very professional when it comes to money. Okay, so you know, because we're not going to be feeling very grounded in reality when it comes to like material resources. This Jupiter in Pisces has Sagittarius rising. Okay, so Sagittarius and Pisces square each other, but this is not a big square. they actually do get on, because they, you know, Jupiter also rules Sagittarius too. So this is going to be a time where, you know, with it the rising sign, how we're going to be showing ourselves is going to, and we also have Saturn in there as well. Okay, so with the rising sign and Saturn being in Sagittarius, it's going to be, we're going to be feeling, you know, or appearing very optimistic, you know, wanting new experiences, you know, want to be doing things differently every day. We can also be very, you know, quite flamboyant, but also want, you know, Sagittarius is about learning, higher learning. So this is about learning, but we could also preach as well what we know. And with Saturn being in there, we can come across as quite serious, quite cold, but grounded. At first, this is how we can appear. But, you know, once we know people, we can open up more. This will also be good, you know, with Saturn being in there, we in the rising sign of this. You know, this will actually help Sagittarius to be a bit more organized, having a better memory, and also this would lead to long-lasting success. So what this is actually saying, you know, we're going to be showing two sides of ourselves. We're going to be showing a side that is very serious, but also, you know, like I said, quite cold. But once we get warm up to people, we could be showing people our skills, showing people this is what I'm about, you know, we can be very enthusiastic, but also over enthusiastic. But, you know, anything you're going to be creating or doing, it'll be long lasting. Scorpio is the MC, which is the 10th house, which is like the highest. So this is to do with like fame. This is also to do with, you know, bosses as well. And also how you show yourself to the world, what type of job you should be actually doing. So, you know, it can be, there might be a secretive side that a lot of us are showing. You know, highly, you know, we could be, you know, doing lots of like investigating work. We of course also have like a laser focus on things, so we can definitely see things for what it actually isn't. If we're doing a job that we're really passionate about, or even like any career, any creativity, we're going to be very focused. Our energy can be pretty long lasting, and you know, we want to definitely climb that career and ladder of success. So this is not about working, this is about working hard, being very dedicated to our job. And also, you know, there may not be, you know, because, you know, with Scorpio being in the MC of this is not going to be, we're going to be taking things very seriously. Okay, whatever job we're going to be doing, whatever we decide to be, take it very seriously. We can be quite obsessive with our goals as well. We can even appear very obsessed with our goals. So any jobs that's to do with like banking, commercial property, even investigating work, if you're a writer, you know, you can find yourself, you know, instead of doing like 2 pages a day, you can be doing like 10 a day, because you're so invested in what job you're doing. And yes, we may come across as very intense and very passionate, but at the same time, this will also help us reach our goals as well. Okay, so guys, that was like the planetary aspects that's happening for this short, you know, and this I believe could actually be beneficial and for next year as well. So even if it's, you're not feeling what's going on, this could actually happen all next year, this planetary aspect. So just don't, you know, don't be afraid to come back to this video just to get a little, you know, a little what was that again, you know. So the cards I've picked for this, which is actually Pisces card, is, you know, the moon card, which represents, you know, the Pisces. It's the 2 fishes. It's about emotional changes. It's about emotional awareness, our feelings. Are we feeling our emotions? You know, as you can see, the portal is opened during this Jupiter in Pisces for us to actually show our feelings, to actually really emotionally connect to what we are actually doing. Then we have the 9 of Cups, which is about happiness, celebrations, lots of blessings that could be coming for a lot of us. Then we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is to do with sensitivity, being a dreamer, an artist. With Jupiter being here, especially with the Nine of Cups, a lot of us could also be receiving lots of, admirers. Yeah, and people may even, not want to forget what you're about, and you could be a real catch, but at the same time could be quite elusive. So this is a mysterious time. So these cards are definitely for this, Jupiter being in Pisces. This is about us opening ourselves up to like the blessings that are actually coming, but also knowing that we can't, we can also go too far during this time. And with Jupiter being in Pisces, this is going to be, our, even like the moon card, the portal is open for our intuition. The portal is also open for us to not being afraid to show people what we're about, showing people what, what skill sets we have. And also, showing emotion, whether it's crying, laughing. We're not going to be hiding what we are about. And with the Nine of Cups, the blessings card, some of us could actually, get too much blessings at once, because, Jupiter, it everything can all come at once. And some of us may have to make a decision when that actually comes. But, if you are strong and you've been waiting for these blessings to actually come, you will know, even if 9 come, or even 10, or even 20 come at the same time, I have a feeling there may be like 5 that that some of us are actually interested in, 5 that actually some of us have actually been working towards, and now that it's here, we are ready for it. Some of us could also be, even going back to the moon card, some of us could also be envisioning, our goals and what we would love to be actually achieving. And, when it's actually here now, it's like, okay, I knew this will come. Now it's my time to actually, shine. And, even with like the 10th house for this being in Scorpio, there may be a side that we may be scared to shine, want to be behind the scenes. But, now's not that time. Now's that time to really, strut your stuff, but also try and be as grounded as you can. And even with the Knight of Cups as well, especially when it comes to like love, a lot of us could have a lot of like love affairs during this time, or even like ex-partners can actually come back, because they're seeing a different side to us. They're seeing that we're a bit more, sensitive, we're a bit more open, we're listening more. There could be a lot of messages that are actually coming, messages not just from like our higher selves, because that portal is open for all these messages to actually come, all our visions, all our dreams to come. But also the messages are going to be coming from like people, messages, people that have admired us, people that want to actually work with us. Messages also, it could even be from social media, people, oh my god, this, what you're doing, I really want to work with you. Some of it could actually be sound too good to be true, so that's when we come back to the Nine of Cups. Really pick, really pick your battles, but also really pick, the goal or the goals that you were working towards. Okay, so the Nine of Cups is also saying there's lots of messages that are going to be coming to a lot of us, but this is definitely to do with love, but it's also something you've actually loved for a long time, and also something that you've actually have been working towards a long time. So when we do get these opportunities that actually come to us now, it may be quite hard to ground as well, because we can get very excited. We can also get very, our cup could be off, cup of over type of thing, too much wine in the cup, should I say. So we have to be, you know, making sure the cup is not overfloweth, but also is, you know, moderate. And, you know, so we can actually come back to reality, because there may be a time that a lot of us are not going to be facing reality during this time. So we have to try to ground. That's when spiritual practices actually come up. But I do feel, you know, creativity is going to be very high. And also, you know, we're going to see like lots of blessings throughout the world as well. But also there is, you know, as with good things, there's always some great crazy things that can also happen too, we're seeing what's happening in the world now with the wars and everything. But, you know, Pisces is all about faith, you know, and with Jupiter being in there, we're hoping that, you know, faith can actually be restored. Okay, so that's the card message. So I'll talk about, you know, I've pulled out some affirmation cards that a lot of you guys can actually work with. Okay, so Pisces, this is in your first house. Okay, so this is, you know, Jupiter's, I'll talk about, you know, the pros and cons. Okay, so with Jupiter being in your first house, this is going to be expanding your awareness about yourself. You know, you could be deciding that, you know, the path that you're on, you're going to be either pursuing it or you're going to be changing course. With Jupiter being in your first as well, Pisces, you know, you can see like a change in like your body shape, because this is for sun, moon, and rising. Sorry, I forgot to also say, guys, really check out where your Jupiter sign is. You know, so if you got Jupiter like in Sagittarius, look for where the house is. So if you got Jupiter in the third, for instance, it could be in the third. So look out for where what messages are for this as well. So sorry about that, Pisces. I know you don't like interruption, even though you are very patient. So, you know, with it being in your first house, so you can see like a huge change in like your body shape. And with it being in your the first house does rule the body. So, you know, there could be like weight gain, but also, you know, you could decide, you know, I'm going to be really fixing up my body, you know, fix up, look sharp. I want to look my best. You could have also things could actually be coming back to you from the past now, Pisces, whether it's like an ex-lover, or, you know, not that you probably are waiting for it because you're a person that likes to move on, but it could be anything. It could be old friends, it could be like an old job. But also this could be like material resources as well. You could find yourself very charitable. You could be finding yourself extremely charitable, you know, more caring. You know, if you are doing a spiritual practice, you're going to be continuing to do that. The downside of this is with Jupiter, because Jupiter is also ruled by Sagittarius, you know, you could also find yourself being over the top. You know, there could be some showing off going on. You know, be mindful of being too preachy, even if you're a quiet Pisces. You know, you could be, you know, giving unsolicited advice to people. You know, even though you do mean well, you know, you could be extra sensitive during this time. But, you know, you could also see, you know, you could even find that you're not seeing things for what they actually are. You could think that everything's very beautiful, you know, because it's actually shining on you now. So this is a great transit for you. And, you know, the card that you have, Pisces, is the affirmation, is I delight in the financial security that is constant in my life. So the financial security that is coming to you, Pisces, or actually is here for you, is, you know, what you've always wanted. But the financial security could be you are rich in your heart, you are rich in your mind. And, you know, this is, you know, if even if you've been working really hard, Pisces, and you've not really had as much blessings, especially if Saturn being in your 11th and Saturn now being in your 12th, you know, money could be feeling quite tight. But know that, you know, anything you want now, you know, it can come to you very easily. You just have to keep manifesting, keep doing your spiritual practice. And, you know, if you are, and I do believe, Pisces, if you are doing anything for free, you're going to start getting a lot of financial abundance coming. And this may not be very quick. It may come, you know, towards like June, or even I'll say like before it's even leaving in July. So, you know, if you are doing any work, it's going to be, you know, the financial security is going to definitely be constant in your life. And, you know, I feel that a lot of you Pisces are not very surprised as well. So this is your affirmation. Then we have Aries. This is in your 12th house, Aries. So Aries, this is to do with like spiritual. This is a lot of you, you know, you're going to get a lot of blessings doing like a spiritual practice, grounding yourself, you know, not being around too much crazy people. You could be doing lots of work behind the scenes as well. You know, 12th house also rules also rules like hospitals, shirons, brothels as well. So these things may or may not be constant in your life. You know, you may find yourself more, you know, sensitive towards your surroundings. There's things that you're going to be working on. You're going to be finding blessings when you start to let go of things. You know, the be watchful of, you know, seeing things for what they not are, for what they're not. You know, when you are, you know, releasing things, especially when you're doing any type of like meditation, you know, there can be some really like traumatic stuff that can come up, but this is about releasing it, stop holding on to it. And, you know, if you find it, if you refuse or you find it hard to hold on, let go, should I say, this can lead to you being a bit down. It may even lead to a depression. So if you're feeling like really overwhelmed with like how life is going, you know, take time out for yourself, you know, whether it's speaking to someone, therapist, your friend, you know, even like doing like spiritual practice or even working out. You know, your workout could actually change during this time too. You could even start to do some swimming. So the card affirmation for you to work with is, at this deep, at the center of my being is infinite well of love. So Aries. So this is about you going deep. You know, this is you'll be at the center of like your well, the center of love. You know, anything that comes up when you're doing anything spiritual, you know that love is the end game. Okay, don't think that, you know, you know, don't feel at this time, because you know the 12th house is about isolation. So don't feel that if people are not around you that you're not loved, you're not appreciated, because you are. It's just that, you know, you may be appearing that you might not want to be around people now. So, but just know that you are loved. You know, that's why it's important for you to really center yourself during this time. Because, you know, just to make you connect to your heart. Okay. So we have Taurus, and this is in your 11th house. So you can get a lot of blessings, Taurus, when it comes to like your friends, group associations, even like your goals. You know, you could even, you know, your goals can, you know, lots of new people can come into your life now, Taurus. This is also to do with like, you know, your goals is like a job change. So you could be working hard at your job, especially Saturn's in your 10th house, working really hard, feeling quite frustrated. You know, you know, things are not going your way. Then all of a sudden you might have like a boss come back into your life, you know, or even like your work colleagues will say this position's opened. This will actually change your goals. So for you Tauruses, I'm also seeing during this time that with Jupiter being in your 11th house, you know, new friends can come. You know, these friends could be very spiritual. They could actually make you, you know, open your mind to a new spiritual practice. You may find it a bit not really sure, but you know, this will actually help you. This will actually help you see where you need to go, making you not feel that you have to stay in your lane. The downside of this could be to do with like the friends may or may not be what they seem. They could be wanting something from you, or you know, even like the new, or like even your goals may not be feeling quite realistic. You could be shooting, like you may think, okay, I'm going to do this, and you might go for it and it's not what you think. And also, you know, even like friends, you can, you know, even like you can have friends also coming back from the past, could be, but they could be like wanting something from you, you know, because you could be feeling quite generous in yourself now. So the affirmation is for you Taurus is I am. So as grateful for being alive today. Is my joy and pleasure to live another wonderful day. Okay, so it's about you being grateful for the skills you got, being grateful for your dreams, being grateful for your goals, being grateful for, you know, if you are lucky, Taurus, is to be working at the moment. If you are lucky to know that you have other talents and skills, you know, be grateful for that, because not a lot of people do have that. And you know, definitely it's your joy and pleasure to live another day. So being, when you wake up in the morning, just be grateful for the blessings that you have. Also be grateful for the blessings that are actually coming your way. Then you have Gemini. This is in your 10th house. So Gemini, you know, a lot of you mutable signs are going to be feeling this the most, you know, Virgos, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So, you know, even though this does square you, Gemini, this is in your highest house, the 10th house. So, you know, you can get a lot of blessings when it comes to work. You know, you could shine more. Your bosses can really appreciate you. Your bosses could even promote you. You know, even like you, if you're having issues with like any father figures, this could be to do with your dad. You know, things can start to like be eased up a bit more, you know. And you know, even you might even change career. You might want to do something that enlightens your spirit, enlightens you, something that's really higher, something that you can spiritually connect to. The downside of this, or the, you know, just be watchful of, you know, jumping into a job that is not, that you haven't really investigated enough. That's things that seem too good to be true. You know, if anything is down, anything that's been promised to you, make sure it's in writing, you know, because you could be offered a promotion and it could be said in jest, but you know, it needs to be in writing, or even like a pay rise. You know, make sure that this is in writing. Also, you know, be mindful of people that are like, you know, sort of like being snarky behind your back as well. Even your boss could be, you know, plotting against you, you know, because you'll be seeing things for what they're not. And also, you know, but if you are doing another, if you are looking for another job, or even wanting to work for yourself, really take that time. Don't rush into anything, because you don't want to you don't want to go back over the drawing board. And the affirmation for you to work with is I am. And it's saying I am learning to be more creative every day. So Gemini, a lot of you are going to be, you know, your creativity that you guys are going to be doing, especially if it's to do with like the 10th house, you know, try and find, you know, if you feel it's very boring, or try and find a creative way to be enjoying your work. You know, this card, I am learning to be creative every day. Being creative with your job, being creative with how you're dressing for work, being creative even with when you're commuting to work as well. You know, if you're feeling bored, ask yourself why you're feeling bored. If you are not working, you're ruled by Mercury. It's about working with the hands. So, you know, find ways to be creative, you know, whether it's writing, or whether it's, you know, sewing, or whether it's, you know, learning things on the computer, reading. This is about you finding creative ways during this transit. Cancer, this is your 9th house. So this, you know, the blessings that you can have is to do with like expansion of the mind, you know, higher learning, you know, publishing. If a lot of you Cancers are writers, some of your work can actually be published now, or you could even, you know, meet editors or illustrators. This is a great time to self-publish, because, you know, we live in a new world. I think you know that, Cancer. So great time to self-publish. And also, this is, you know, you could be meeting lots of people. You know, people could actually see your work. If you are working, want to put some of your creative work out there, continue to put it online, Cancer, because it will be seen. But yeah, you could even like want it to be like learning like a new language. You know, any craziness that happened, whether it's like to do with the law, you know, it could be on your side now, Cancer. You know, if you want to learn a new language, you know, a lot of you, you know, scheduling time to even learn a new language, even if it's like for like half an hour, 1 hour a day. You know, be mindful of not trying to do too much things at the same time. You know, you could be setting out like your goals and visions, because the 9th house is about the end game and also the vision. You know, you could be thinking, I'm going to do this and do that and do this and do that, but you may not be meeting all your like deadlines. You know, try and do things one at a time. But also with Jupiter being in Pisces, it actually trines you. So, you know, this is a great time for you to have a spiritual practice. Excuse me, this is going to help ground you. This is going to help you be spiritually connected. This can also help you see what you need to do next and what you don't need in your life as well. You know, if you are, like I said, if you are a writer, Cancer, because a lot of Cancers are writers, you know, you feel quite stuck, you can get a lot of downloads, lots of intuition downloads as well. And it'll be great if a lot of your books are really published now. But also when it comes to people working with you, just, you know, be mindful that they're not asking too much from you. You know, they may have said you don't have to pay this, but next thing you know, you have to pay. And just make sure that contracts, read your contracts. And you know, but this could also be like a mentor as well. So the affirmation for you to work with is, my innate creativity surprises and delights me. So Cancer, you know, I feel a lot of you are being very creative at this moment, whether it's learning, you know, teaching, writing, you know, creativity, any downloads that comes, any creativity that comes, is going to surprise you. This is going to be surprise you into the highest order. I feel with Pisces being in your 9th house, you're going to be, I feel that a lot of you are going to be learning a lot and reading a lot about spirituality as well. And this could also give you more of a taster. It's going to be more of a taster of what's to come next year, but you're going to be learning so much more about yourself, Cancer. And also this is a great time for you to be, you know, working with like a guru or even like a teacher or mentor that can help you, especially if you're new to this. Then we have Leo. Leo, this is your 8th house. This is quite an emotional house for a lot of you Leos. This is a time where you're going to go within. So most of like your blessings are going to sort of be coming within. So, you know, this is to do with like taxes, debts, death, rebirth, you know, your intimate relationship. So the blessings that can come is that, you know, if you've been wanting like a loan, it could actually come. 8th house also rules like the government, money that's owed to you. So you could actually have money that's actually like a back payment of money that can actually come. Also, even money can come from your spouse if you have one. You know, the joint finances, your partner could actually get more money, which is always great. And also, you know, you yourself, Leos, could find yourself, things that you used to even like do back in the day, you could actually decide to go back to do that. You know, be mindful of, you know, when it comes to like money, you know, you could, the downside could be that you might owe money to like the government, or even if you do get money, you might have to like pay some back. Or you could also even like when it comes to like your partner, money may go very quickly because you might be feeling very generous. This is about working in a partnership. So this is about, looking at, issues within your like your intimate relationship for what it isn't. If there's issues that come up, this can actually definitely be highlighted now. And also this is due for like debts as well. So there may be debts that you have to pay back as well. You may be looking to work towards it. With Jupiter being there, you could actually even pay it off very quickly now. So that's what could actually happen. And the affirmation card for you to work with, Leo, is, I have unlimited potential. Only good lies before me. So any drama that comes up, especially with the 8th house, because 8th house is very sensitive. Any drama that comes up, with to do with money or your partnership, you've got this, Leo. Anything that comes up, you've got unlimited potential. And it said only good lies before me. You are a very powerful person. Anything that comes up, you can actually sort it out more quickly than you actually imagine. You could find yourself during this time, taking your time to get to the bottom of things. But, you know that the end result is that, only good lies before you. Okay. Then we have Virgo. This is in your 7th house. So the blessings that can come for you, Virgo, is that, in your relationship, you could have like really a good time in your relationship, business or personal. There could be lots of blessings that come. There could be even like a marriage proposal, or you could even commit more deeper now. And this is actually a good thing, even though it does oppose you, Virgo. So there may be some minor frustrations. It's nothing that you can't really handle. You could actually spiritually connect more to your partner now, or even like in your, if you're working in a partnership with someone. This is also to do with like business contracts. So contracts can come quick and fast. You may be signing a lot more contracts. You could be, saying what you want, and it can be put in a contract, which is always good. You could even be more creative as well. Things are a bit more balanced going your way. Just be mindful of, any relationship issues that you have. This can be really expanded now. So if you've been burying things under the carpet, this can actually come up. Look at what you're signing, because things may seem too good to be true. Obviously read like the small print. If that also means getting like a lawyer, financial advisor to go over things with you as well. And the cards that affirmation for you, Virgo, is: life is never stuck, stagnate, or stale. For each moment is ever new and ever fresh. So this is great for a relationship. You can find yourself, Virgos, being more, feeling a bit more free spirited. Having like deeper conversations, deep intimate conversations with your partner. And this could be about anything to do with spirituality, to do with love, to do with like what's going on in the world. You're about the mind. You are very emotional, but you're all about the mind. So even your partner could be, surprising you with what they've learned or what they want to show you. So things will be never stuck now. Things are going to be, I feel it's going to be a bit more fresh for a lot of you Virgos, and I think you're probably looking forward to that, because you'll also be learning from that. Then we have Libra. This is due in your 6th house. So if this being in your 6th house, Libra, this is about, your routines and your health, and also pets and your work colleagues. So there could be a lot of blessings for a lot of you Librans when it comes to like your, your work. There could be new people coming in, or you could even start a new job. This is also to do with like your routine. So your routines could be a bit more free flowing now. Even like your health can improve. You could even find yourself eating a bit more healthier. You can have a lot of blessings with that. Things will just become a bit more easier. Even at work, you may find you're not working too hard. Things are just a bit more loose, a bit more free flowing. But be mindful that with the Pisces theme, that when it comes to even like a pet, you could even like decide that you want a pet. Especially with a family, get a new pet into your life. You actually probably emotionally connect with them, but just be mindful that pets are hard work. It's like having another child. And also with the 6th house realm, any issues that you have with the body, whether it's aches or pains, this could actually be highlighted. So you may even decide to like visit like a natural doctor. They give you natural medicine. You could be using like aromatherapy, essential oils to help with any ailments that you have. And also when it comes to like your work as well, you know um things may not be as what they seem. So you may think that you're not getting as much, you're not doing a lot of work. Then you find that there's more work for you to do. So open that mouth, Libra, because you're one of the strongest out of all the air signs. You're not really to be messed with, to be honest. So just make sure that people are not taking the mick with you too much now, especially if you're feeling a bit, oh, I can do that, I can do that. Just make sure, because 6th house is also to do with like enemies as well. So, set boundaries. And the card for you to work with is I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All is well. So this could be to do with work. You know, once you show them that side to you that they've never seen, you're ready to forgive them. Also, you know, even like your body, you're ready to heal your body. So whether you're healing your body through foods or fitness, or healing your body through like going the natural way, this is all good for you. And also this is about forgiving anyone that's harmed you, because when you forgive, you are forgiving yourself. You know, the weight off your shoulder, there's no drama in your life. Things are going to be, you're just seeking more balance now, but you're seeking balance within your body, but also in your work as well. Then we have Sagittarius. Sorry, Scorpio. I'm so sorry, Scorpio. This is in your fifth house. So Scorpio, this is a lovely time for a lot of you to be, you know, this is about, you know, you can get lots of blessings when it comes to like your love life, your creativity, your kids if you have them, or even children if you're working with them. You know, you can have a lot of blessings when it comes to it. Some Scorpions could actually, you know, get pregnant. You know, obviously it depends where Jupiter is transiting, but this can actually happen. You know, because it's about dreams as well. So you could be dreaming of wanting to be a mom or a dad, and it can actually happen. Or, you know, you and your partner could actually be deciding to think about having a baby or expanding your family. But, you know, this is about creativity as well. So lots of blessings can come. Your intuition could be really high now. You could be, a lot of you Scorpions could be thinking, okay, this is what I was meant to do. I'm going to actually do it now. Feeling a bit more happy, more confident. A lot of you could be a bit more, you know, strutting your stuff a bit more, because things are actually going your way now. Also, especially in terms of like creativity, and also, you know, even how you're change, even how you look could actually change as well. You know, be mindful of not getting too overconfident. You know, if you're single, a lot of you are single, you know, you can meet someone, they could be, you know, appear very, you know, grounded, but they actually could be a flirt. You know, you could have seen it, but you didn't want to see it. Also in terms of like your creativity, you know, try not to like, you know, do too much things at the same time. You know, work on what you actually love and what you actually enjoy, because, you know, the 10th house to this is Scorpio. So, you know, try not to like burn yourself out as well. Also 5th house is do with like fitness as well. So, you know, try not to burn yourself out when it comes to fitness, because you could be trying something very new, very different. And also, but there's nothing really bad that's happening with you Scorpio and Cancers, but still at the same time just be really mindful. And the card for you to work with is today. No person, place or thing can irritate or annoy me. I choose to be at peace. Because you're in a happy space now, Scorpio. You know, that's your affirmation for this Jupiter in Pisces transit. You know, no one can bother you now. No one could dampen your mood. The 5th house is about the sun. It shines. It's about the heart. So nothing can dampen you now, Scorpio. You know, you're all about your happiness and your peace. Anyone that comes into your life now and they're distracting it, they have to go. And I feel that a lot of you will feel that you will feel no way to let them know about it. So you're all about, you know, this is about you finding your happy, keeping your happy. You know, nothing's going to irritate you or annoy you. Okay. And I feel this is a very Scorpionic card too. So that's your affirmation. Then we have Sagittarius. This is your 4th house. So Saggies, this is, you know, you may even actually benefit from this, even though it does square you to a point. You know, you have the lunar eclipse coming into your sign as well. So with this being like your 1st and 4th house, you know, things are going to be definitely changing for you now, especially when it comes to yourself, and especially when it comes to things to do within the home. Blessings can actually come to you when it comes to like your physical appearance. And also when it comes to your home, you know, some of you could actually move home, been dreaming of moving home. You can actually move home now. And you know, it's going to be a bit, you can find you may want to like decorate it in a different way, making it more peaceful. You know, just be mindful that, you know, when it comes to like, if you're having like builders or contractors coming up, that they actually finish the job. You know, also, you know, looking at contracts as well, be mindful of that. You know, if you are going to move somewhere, look at where the place is, really try to investigate it. You yourself could even find that you're moving back to where you used to live. You know, where you live could seem too good to be true on paper, so really actually physically go there. And also, this is about your roots, so you could be doing some investigating work about your past. You know, if you know, you may even find out your you know, other things that can come up with that, where you thought you were is actually not where you're from. Okay, so you could be doing lots of work about when it comes to your roots as well. It could be good or bad, but you know, you're gonna, like I said, you'll benefit from this as well, especially with the lunar eclipse being in your first house. And I feel a lot of you are going to be sort of like going really fast in what you actually want to do now. And the card that you have, the affirmation, is no matter how old I am, I can always learn more. I do so with confidence. So whatever's going to be coming up for you now, Sagittarius, you can learn from it. Okay, but it's important not to run away from it. You know, learn from it, take it all in, then you can move on. Yeah, because when we keep running away from things, that's when things is going to be coming up again. Okay, and you know, the confidence that you have, face things head on, especially the lunar eclipse coming up in your sign. You know, if you've made mistakes in the past, you're going to learn from it. If you've done good, if you've done bad, whatever's happened, you're going to learn from it, and you're going to do so with confidence. Anything that happens in your life is a learning curve, and you're all about higher learning anyway. Capricorn, this is in your third house. So the blessings that you can get is through your communication with your siblings, you know, your neighbors, even to do with like your, how you're traveling. And you know, you can get lots of blessings with that. You know, you can find that things are just moving a bit more smoothly. Any issues you have with your family, your sisters, brothers, this could be eased out more. Communication is going to be more free flowing. And also, you know, this may be a chance for a lot of you to be, you know, this is to do with your neighborhood. So if you want to live, if somewhere that you want to live, you may decide to, like, you know, travel out of your comfort zone, see other places. Also, you know, this, you know, you could also be like the leader of like a neighborhood watch as well, something you'd never actually envisioned. You could be more confident in how you're speaking. You know, people really listen to you now. But also, Capricorns, this is a time that a lot of you could be, you know, wanting to learn as well, learning new skills to do with the hands, even writing, reading books that you've never even read before. The downside is that you could be doing too much things at the same time. A lot of mental overload, which can make you not depressed, but it could lead to anxiety because you're trying to do too much things at once. Also, you know, things, you know, courses that you may actually want to be doing, you know, think that, oh, do I actually really like this course, or is it just me just wanting to just learn everything at once? You could actually burn yourself out quite mentally. And the affirmation card is, my life gets more fabulous every day. I look forward to what each new hour brings. So your life is going to get more fabulous, you know, even though with the, you know, the ups and downs of this transit, you know, your life is going to get better. Know, Capricorn, that whatever you're going to be doing or learning, it's going to better you. You know, it's going to better you, because when Jupiter goes back into Aquarius, your money zone, what the skills that you've learned in your third house, you can implement it for your second house for you to gain more money. So, you know, I do feel for a lot of you Capricorn, this is going to expand your mind, broaden your mind, do something out of your comfort zone, do think something completely different, learning something completely different. And you know, this is going to be very long lasting for a lot of you as well. And also, Capricorns, this is a great time for a lot of you to iron out any niggles that you have, especially with like neighbors or your, your siblings as well. You could even find yourself a bit more open to be discussing what's going on in your life, which is always a good thing. And last but not least, we have Aquarius. This is in your second house. So the blessings that you can have, Aquarius, is to do with, money, your finances. So a lot of blessings can come, your money can come to you very easily. With Saturn being in your first house, you probably be doing lots of work, lots of, learning new things, communicating with people, groups, associations. Even I feel that a lot of, with you Aquarians, your skills have changed, and also your goals have changed. You're the star of the show. So with Jupiter being your second house, abundance galore. Anything you touch could turn to gold now, which is a good thing for you and Pisces. But just be mindful that you're not spreading yourself too thin. The goals that you have, or even like the jobs, or even like the skill set you have that's bringing you abundance, trying to spread yourself too thin. Pick something that you've actually loved to do. You don't just do things for the money. You could even find yourself quite flashy when it comes to the money, giving money here, there, everywhere. Make sure you're saving for a rainy day. Because there might be some unexpected bills that can come. This could also lead to debt. So just be careful with that as well. But still, it's a great time, great blessings for a lot of you, Aquarius. And the card that you have is affirmation. I am surrounded by love. All is well. So you are surrounded by love, but you're also surrounded by something that you actually love, Aquarius. Know what you are producing, bringing out there, you actually love it. I know sometimes it's hard for you to connect emotionally, even though you are a very emotional sign. But know that anything that you're going to be committing to is with love, and know that who you're surrounded by is with love as well. With Jupiter being in your second house, this is also to do with it's a Venus house, so it's about creation. It's also about eating, your senses as well. So even what you're eating, find love in it as well. And like it says, I'm surrounded by love, all is well. So if you're feeling quite sensitive, or you're feeling quite not negative, but doubting yourself, pick this card up, because everything you're doing, you're surrounded by love. You just mustn't forget it. Okay, so guys, that was the Venus Jupiter in Pisces transit for all the signs. And once again, I hope that this transit is going to go well for a lot of you. Like I said before, look where your Jupiter is, and look which house, your personal house, is transiting as well, because this could bring abundance. It could bring luck. It could bring it could be very up and down. Yeah. And another thing with this transit that we mustn't forget, guys, is that set intentions as well. Set intentions what you want, not just for 21 but for 22, because this is going to be in 2022 big time as well. That means like lighting a candle, or just writing down like your hopes, wishes and blessings that you will love for this Jupiter and Pisces transit. And don't think that things will have to come immediately, because it doesn't. Sometimes things just take a while. Blessings actually take a while to come. But don't forget to check out this video again if you need a little bit of guidance, especially when it comes to like your affirmations card. So guys, thank you very much for listening. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. All my links to my podcasts and Natter for Days and Empath Butterflies will be down below. And have a lovely Jupiter in transit, guys. And I'll speak to you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.